Could Rockstar really create a world so huge that Grand Theft Auto 5 feels small in comparison? That question is stirring heated debate because the leaks and research suggest the Grand Theft Auto 6 map is far beyond what anyone expected. Today, I am going through the latest information, the evidence that supports it, and why I believe this map will reshape the entire Grand Theft Auto experience. The Battle of the Maps. For many players who have been following Grand Theft Auto 6 updates closely, the Dupos map became the trusted foundation early on. It was detailed, ambitious, and gave fans their first structured idea of how massive the world could be. Yet over time, the lack of new adjustments left it feeling slightly outdated. That is when Yanis entered the scene with his own approach, building on the foundation that Dupos had created but taking things much further. With version 8 of his work, Yanis corrected older inaccuracies, updated placements, and most importantly, vectorized the entire map. This step may sound technical, but in practice it means the map is easier to work with, cleaner to study, and of much higher quality overall. By updating what was already strong, Yanis created a version that feels alive and closer to Rockstar's design direction. When two major contributors create different versions, the community naturally feels confused. Some lean towards the original Dupos layout, while others embrace the Yanis corrections. Yet this back and forth is actually important. It sparks discussion, pushes for accuracy, and makes the community collectively sharper in analyzing every trailer frame and leaked screenshot. Major location shifts explained. The most exciting parts of Yanis' version are the major changes in location that give us a better idea of how the world might feel. One of the earliest adjustments was the relocation of Watson Bay and the prison. Both were shifted closer to Hamlet, a move that lines up more consistently, with reference points pulled from leaked material. This correction feels more grounded and makes the placement of landmarks appear natural when compared with known visuals. Lake Leonida and Ambrosia saw even bigger revisions. Earlier versions had placed them based on the position of the Bacamar Bridge in Port Galhorn. However, once it was discovered that the original assumption about the bridge was slightly off, the entire positioning of Ambrosia and the lake had to be reconsidered. With Yanis' work and additional support from the community, these two locations were pushed east, closer to Vice City, creating a much more accurate layout. The methodology behind these changes is almost as interesting as the changes themselves. A creator named Aralex has been instrumental in helping refine placements through a process once referred to as triangulation. By using angles from screenshots, background structures in trailers, and known landmarks, he has been able to narrow down where certain areas must logically sit on the map. Ambrosia and its hidden secrets. Few areas in the Grand Theft Auto 6 community map discussion have generated as much attention as Ambrosia. In earlier versions, it was placed incorrectly, but with the new update, its position feels far more realistic. The town now includes more details that make it seem authentic, such as a baseball field and canals stretching across sugarcane fields that run all the way towards Vice City. These elements might seem small, but they add a sense of depth that matches Rockstar's history of crafting believable environments. Another significant shift was the relocation of the Velibert trash burning facility. This adjustment forced Ambrosia to move eastward, and in doing so, changed the spacing between Ambrosia, Lake Leonida, and the coastline. The result is a broad county region that now appears smaller than before, a change that might concern some fans but could actually reflect Rockstar's intention of giving players more densely packed regions instead of vast empty stretches. One detail that strengthens this theory is the visible smokestacks of the sugar refinery that can be seen all the way from Vice City. Their placement matches the corrected position of Ambrosia, suggesting this layout is not random but consistent with leaked evidence. Mountains, coastlines, and speculation. Between Ambrosia and Port Galhorn lies a stretch of terrain that has taken on new life in the updated version of the community map. The area is no longer presented as flat and empty, but as a region shaped by mountain ranges inspired by real locations in Georgia and North Carolina. These elevations introduce a sense of scale and variety that was missing in earlier layouts, suggesting that players may encounter more vertical gameplay challenges than before. One ongoing mystery is connected to a postcard discovered in the leaks, which shows a mountain backdrop that has yet to be pinned down on the map. Some argue it may be Rockstar hinting at possible future expansions, while others believe it is simply an artistic choice blending multiple landscapes together. This uncertainty fuels speculation and keeps interest alive. Another noticeable change is that Leonida lost a portion of its west coast, giving the overall landmass a shape that aligns more closely with Florida. The alteration is speculative, yet it strengthens the impression that Rockstar wants the setting to feel both familiar and fresh. In my opinion, Rockstar loves to blur the line between reality and fiction, and this map is no different. Vice City core changes. Among all the updates across the map, the refinements to Vice City are the most striking. Virginia Key has been reshaped to reflect a more accurate layout, while Cuesta Key appears almost identical to its real-world counterpart, giving the coastline greater authenticity. The Port District now features improved road networks and even a tunnel, while downtown has grown denser with new structures resembling real-life landmarks seen in leaked material. A major addition is the separation of metro lines just like in reality, which makes the city's infrastructure feel functional and alive. Smaller but important discoveries also stand out. The La Pearl building from TikTok leaks is included, Star Island has been refined, lifeguard towers now line Vice Beach, and a pond has been confirmed inside the Leaf Link Golf Club. Even Peanut Island shifted slightly south. Together, these changes create a denser, more immersive, and believable Vice City. Roads, highways, and the islands. The central parts of the updated map now feature speculative highways that look far more believable than earlier drafts. These routes connect rural and urban regions in ways that reflect a natural road system, creating smoother links between towns and major landmarks. Grass Rivers has been adjusted with a cleaner layout, while a new island south of Kellen has appeared, marking the southernmost edge of the map and adding another distinct destination for players. Smaller but important changes also stand out. Interchange corrections line up with details from leaks, a gas station from leaked footage has been placed accurately, and the causeway was shifted into a more convincing position with its drawbridge adjusted. These refinements show Rockstar's precision when shaping infrastructure. Even the location of bridges or roadside buildings matters, and together these updates prove the road networks and islands will play a crucial role in how the world feels. Airports, interiors, and hidden details. Vice City International Airport is one of the most striking updates on the new map. The runway has been shifted, the layout expanded, and new airport buildings now surround it. Hotels are placed strategically close to the airport, adding both realism and functionality. These adjustments suggest Rockstar is building a transport hub that feels more dynamic and central to the city's design, not just an empty landmark. One of the most surprising discoveries is the confirmation of interiors on the vectorized map. Rarely do we see Rockstar show interiors this early in development, yet here they are, drawn out and positioned with care. Cavity borders are clearly marked, security cameras appear across different points, and route markers now guide how players might move across areas. Even the map legend has been improved for clarity, something small yet meaningful for understanding such a massive world. What excites me most is seeing interiors placed correctly. It means Rockstar is designing this world to feel lived in, not just a backdrop. It is a subtle but powerful signal that players will step into places with depth rather than walking past hollow buildings. What this means for GTA 6. Taken together, these changes prove the Grand Theft Auto 6 map will surpass what came before. Not only will it be bigger than Grand Theft Auto 5, but it also carries far more diversity in geography and detail. From dense urban areas to quiet coastlines and mountain stretches, a variety is greater and more believable. Rockstar appears focused on striking the right balance between vast open spaces and the tight density of urban districts. The world is no longer about being wide for the sake of scale. Instead, it feels carefully crafted to give weight to every corner of the map. That approach makes exploration satisfying while still respecting player time. Another point worth noting is how the community continues to fuel excitement. With official announcements still limited, fans study leaks, redraw maps, and compare details endlessly. It would not be surprising if Rockstar is watching these efforts closely, using reactions to fine-tune features and anticipate what players want. The information we have is exciting, but it still feels like Rockstar has only shown us part of the bigger picture. Do you think there are secret areas waiting to surprise us once the game finally launches? Let me know in the comments. Do not forget to like this video, and make sure to subscribe for more.